Well, in terms of the extent to which size may matter in this fight, Max Kellerman, you and others believe we will get that answer in short order as we begin round one of the super fight for the undisputed super middleweight title. Canelo Alvarez and Terence Crawford. Crawford opens out of that southpaw stance.
Crawford is a 17-year pro, 41 fights, but he's still going to have to adjust to this atmosphere, to this moment, and the reality that he's facing Canelo Alvarez in that ring tonight.
And the force of the punches, that's what I'm looking for early. How does Crawford react to the force of Canelo Alvarez's punches, especially to the body?
Canelo looks slightly bigger than Terence, but that's not the tell-all. The tell-all is when they clinch. The tell-all is when those punches get thrown, and to your point, when they start to land.
Crawford at times has been a slow starter, sometimes by design.
Alvarez is a master at his body position and taking ground and making the ring small, subtly and quickly in fights. In that first round, you see him doing that right here. He's just slowly taking ground, and he's forcing Crawford to give up ground. That can unnerve an opponent over time. That can drain an opponent. I want to see how Crawford answers that tonight.
As is often the case on this level, you're dealing with two of the highest boxing IQs in the game. Those very fast processors, and they are studying each other right now. Big right hand from Canelo blocks. Did you like that clean left from Crawford? Did you like the left hook to the body and the greater activity from Canelo?
And you might have heard Brian McIntyre looking for Crawford to employ a few more feints here early round two.
He needs to not only employ feints, but the jab. Mac asked for the jab, and he has to continue to do that to try to keep Canelo at bay, though Canelo is a great counterpuncher, but it also helps Crawford get into a rhythm. But that shot right there that Canelo landed, and he's landed it in the first round, is a shot he uses often with southpaws. He doesn't throw the punch where they necessarily are, but where he thinks they're going to be. It may not look hard, but it's a hard shot, and Crawford has to find a way to not give up too many of those.
And Crawford has landed cleanly and has reddened Canelo's face this round, but I think more importantly, he has to make Canelo believe that he's fighting a real super middleweight, that he's fighting another guy his size.
It keeps the harder puncher off balance, keeps him thinking, and allows Crawford to land shots that may not be knockout shots, but shots that get respect and build points.
Crawford's doing some good work. But now the question is, if and when Canelo lands cleanly upstairs, what happens? Because that has not happened yet. And he is a big, strong super middleweight.
Canelo looks a lot different tonight than he did yesterday at the weigh-in.
Rehydrated. There was no rehydration clause, by the way.
Look for the bell, gentlemen. Time.
As we arrive at round three of the mega fight, Canelo Alvarez and Crawford.
No, the fight is still early, but Crawford has had inactivity over the last 2 or 3 years. Good shot right there from Canelo. But the inactivity or the rust has not shown. It looks like Crawford is fresh, and that he might have needed that rest, at least at his age. He'll be 38 right after this fight.
He doesn't look like a rusty fighter so far.
Yeah, much was made of that angle. Also the angle that Alvarez had fought 520 rounds as a pro to 245 for Crawford.
What you do notice, he also doesn't look so much smaller than Canelo, really. At least the effect hasn't shown up in the ring. But you do notice Crawford is doing the better boxing so far. Not by a lot, but by some.
Crawford got that right hand in the way of that body shot from Alvarez. Both guys landing below 20% here early on.
You study Canelo Alvarez, you got to know that he'll have 3 or 4 times around where he presses. You can sense it, you can see it in his body language, but then he needs to rest. So Crawford is trying to press and stand his ground more when Canelo wants to rest, which is what you see right now.
Which breaks Canelo's forward momentum. Can't get ahead of
Canelo
steam.
Alvarez in round 3. But here we go, just like that, round 4 of a possible 12.
So far, however you have it scored, and I suspect it's something like 2-1 Crawford. Skipper Keltner had it 3-0 because he gave the first to Crawford, which Crawford may have won with the only clean shot of the round. So far, Crawford is fighting his fight, and he has neutralized Canelo's offense.
Those counters are very, very important. You want to get your respect? That's how you do it.
Those were hard shots upstairs that seemed to bother Canelo and enrage him.
For Crawford, shortly after Canelo had landed his most consequential strike of the fight.
Crawford's got to make that adjustment. Canelo seems to be able to land that right hand, the overhand right, and the straight right as often as he wants to.
Well, I feel like Crawford's catching it mostly with his glove, Andre.
But you don't have to land clean to inflict damage.
That's right.
It's not something you want to give a guy like Canelo early in this fight.
And then Canelo just hit him hard in the chest with that right hand. And that's the first real clean, hard power shot upstairs that landed cleanly for Canelo.
Next to the right hand and lands. So Crawford's good work largely in round 4 was done early. Canelo's late round 5 has arrived.
It's a hell of a fight so far, contested at the highest possible level. Not a war, but a high-level chess match where punches are being thrown with bad intentions.
I believe this fight is going to get a lot more violent as it progresses, these mid and late rounds.
A lot of pundits were expectant that Crawford would fight predominantly out of the southpaw stance. That's exactly what he has done.
He seems to be more comfortable in his biggest moments in that left-handed stance. At least these last 5 or 6 years, you see him predominantly good right hand from Canelo fighting that left-handed stance almost exclusively.
Canelo doing some very good boxing in this round from the outside.
Birth has not been kind to Canelo Alvarez. Under a minute to go here in the 5th.
Been a pretty good round 5 tonight.
Tonight it has been. Body shot gets through, head shot is blocked by Crawford.
Crawford on his bike there. Crawford's responding kind. Something changed in that 5th round. It went from a fight, however he scored the first 4 exactly, it went from a fight where basically Crawford was outboxing to Canelo to a fight in the 5th round where basically Canelo was overwhelming Crawford's defense with volume. And here Crawford seems to be trying to take the play back.
I don't think Crawford liked that last round. I call both of these fighters puncher boxers.
Good left hand from Crawford. That's the kind of left hand that really hurt Errol Spence on his way in.
Crawford really doesn't want to be moving as much as he does. It's not his forte. He knows he has to do that and get caught reaching.
And it's all right. You did lean back. Hey, stop. You did lean back, opening it up. Just keep him up. We're good. Go.
Right call by the ref.
Crawford looks to be a lot more comfortable, Max, to your point, in this round than he did in the 5th.
He made a statement to start this round because he knew he had to break Canelo's forward momentum.
And he also knows that he's up in this round right now, so he's not taking any unnecessary risk. The burden and the onus is on Canelo to try to...
Important round for Crawford.
It wasn't a jab exactly, but it was a similar kind of punch that caught Errol Spence coming in and floored him. Canelo's a much bigger, stronger, and better fighter than Errol Spence.
Perfect on that left hand from Bud Crawford, and here we are, round 7.
Canelo's landed early in this round. That's the 3rd shot that Canelo landed. And you see Crawford testing the waters, trying to go a little bit deeper. Can I stand here?
Crawford,
can I exchange?
He's not backing up from Canelo's power.
How much can I exchange with Canelo? When do I box and when do I fight and get my respect?
As the great James Toney used to say, you need to bring ass to get ass. and Terence Crawford is bringing ass tonight.
Skipper Kelp, what are you seeing?
Downloaded the data he's been looking for. He looks very comfortable inside right now.
Crawford got off to a good start, largely hasn't looked back.
No, Crawford's feeling good because he's staying there longer. He's not allowing Canelo, but when Canelo punches, if he lands or if he blocks it, you see Crawford coming right back. That's a respect thing.
Neither man has really hurt the other man
Working
yet.
off that jab late in round 7 for middleweight championship. Crawford and Canelo. Skipper Kelp has Crawford up 6 rounds to 1.
What you see with both of these fighters is one fighter is bigger, not by much, but he's bigger, and he's stronger, but not in the way where he can do whatever he wants to do with Terence Crawford.
And the resilience of Crawford's, his punch resistance at this weight has been impressive, because Canelo has nailed him, and Canelo is a puncher.
But when you boil yourself down, your punch resistance is effective. Thus far, Crawford has taken.
Crawford's been honest. He shook his head yes when he felt it to the body, said no when he didn't, I guess.
Alvarez trying to get something going again. Good defensive responsibility from Crawford.
Alvarez has done some good work in this round.
Bump between rounds, the no-nonsense Bud Crawford not having it. Oh, and that's a good early land by Crawford.
I think it's more than no nonsense. As Teddy Atlas would always say, Canelo is looking to be friends, and Crawford is not looking to be friends.
Great exchange from Terence Crawford right there. Canelo's landing, but not like Terence Crawford in this exchange.
This is furious action.
Take your time. Just let me know when you're ready.
Always the chance of this. Southpaw orthodox, clash of heads. Although it's Canelo who's been cut 3 times in the past. But it's Crawford with the injury.
And the ever-classy Alvarez comes over and immediately apologizes.
Terence Crawford is punching with bad intentions right now. So is Canelo Alvarez.
Yeah, these guys are looking for the knockout in this round. They both are.
You had to know this was going to happen at some point. You called it, Trey. Those may not be knockout shots from Terence Crawford, but those are respect shots from Terence Crawford. He's demanding his respect right now.
Sweat flying shots.
Neither of these men have ever officially been knocked down as pros under a minute in round 9.
With
3 to go.
Wants something big from Canelo here. He says you have 3 rounds to do this. Crawford's corner believes he's up, but knows he needs to finish strong.
Alvarez corner looking for that power. Also some movement defensively as well. Round 10.
One of the questions I had was how is Terence Crawford going to move and carry and fight with this extra weight? And thus far, he looks phenomenal. The shape that he's in and his ability to carry that weight. Good right hand from Canelo Alvarez.
Yeah, it was.
Canelo, you add a couple shots like that and this whole thing can change quickly.
From the money shot for Canelo thus far in this fight.
Yeah, he just landed it again as you said that.
And it looked like he threw that right hand where he thought Bud was going to be, and he landed flush.
Not sure why he's not making that adjustment.
Canelo would be served well to punch with Crawford when Crawford goes into those 3-punch combinations.
Listen for the bell.
For boxing, beautiful body shot by Alvarez to begin round 11.
Oh, good uppercut on the inside from Crawford. Both of these guys have that thing that great champions have. where when one tries to take the play away from the other, there's an immediate response.
You can't teach it, you can't coach it, you can't train that. You either have it or you don't.
So far throughout the fight, Skipper Campbell reflects what we've been seeing. It's not that Canelo hasn't responded, it's that Crawford's responses have been a little better.
Skipper Cap, go ahead.
I just think that Crawford is answering the bell. Whenever Canelo does something, Crawford one-ups him.
Nice combination by Crawford. The body work got through. Right in a minute.
By the way, I know Crawford's the smaller guy moving up, so we're like, let's look at his punch resistance. Canelo Alvarez is in the conversation for the greatest chin in the history of boxing.
Alvarez with a late left hand in round 11. 3 minutes to go. So we do have the same set of judges that did judge that Mario Barrios-Manny Pacquiao fight that ended in a 12-round majority draw back in July. Tim Cheatham and Steve Weisfeld had it 114-114. Max Falucci 115-113 for Barrios. We'll see if we get to the cards tonight.
Steve Weisfeld is as good a judge as I've ever observed throughout my years in boxing. I believe, guys, either Canelo Alvarez does something dramatic here, or Bud Crawford becomes the first ever lightweight champion. Real champion, Ring Magazine, lineal, whatever you want to call it. Do you think Crawford gets greedy here, Dre? And would that be a mistake?
I don't know if it's greedy. I think he's earned the right based on setting the table the way that he has to eat right now. It's the 12th round.
Yeah,
he don't know how this fight is being scored.
Right.
He's not a civilian. He's a prize fighter, and this is what prize fighters do.
Billy Conn, in 1941, had Joe Louis beat for the heavyweight title. Went for a knockout in the 13th round. It was counted out himself with 1 second to go.
Right hand gets through for Alvarez. Crawford seemingly having a hard time holding back the smile. 1 minute. And there's the fight.
To the winner by unanimous decision, Terence Crawford.